Yep.
They couldn't keep up, eh? Lucky us.
Oh. Okay. We are live. And I think we can begin. I think we can start. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me go on Blue Sky. Let me go on my Blue Sky account. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I have my angry face on. All right, everything's set up. All right. We are finally back with some more Metaphor ReFantazio. And this might be a short stream, this might be a long stream. It really depends on how this final section goes. But yeah, I think we're pretty much at the end. We are going to be facing off against Luis here, I think. Unless there's more to this dungeon. So we're gonna go and explore a little bit more. Maybe there's more to this dungeon, or if not, we might just end up facing Luis through this little checkpoint here. So I already saved. I did do some grinding off stream. As you can see, I have a boatload of money and a boatload of mag. It's kind of absurd. And my party is like, I think they're pretty much ready. I pretty much made everybody their main class, and I taught them the things that I inherited skills that made sense for what they were, right? So, like, for example, I gave myself Almighty Boost / Boost and Magic Link on the Prince. For Stroll, I ended up giving him like a whole bunch of boosts and crits. For Hulkenberg, I have a lot of like tank related skills, as well as a buff, some MP sustain. Heismay, I just made him the ultimate dodge tank. Also, it depletes enemies' turns if he dodges, so it's pretty good. Juna, the usual buffer, debuffer, create weakness character. Yufa is kind of the same. She deals damage and debuffs at the same time. And I gave her a little bit of MP sustain as well, but she has like one of the highest like MP pools in the game, I've noticed. Like, she has 826 at this point in the game. It's kind of crazy. And of course, the GOAT. The absolute GOAT in Basilio. I think Basilio might be the best character in this game. He just does so much damage, like absurd damage. And the fact that he inflicts weaknesses, as well as ignores it with with this move right here, is kind of absurd. And you can just give him a whole bunch of passives that like make him buff as all living hell. It's crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much the squad. In terms of the equipment, I basically gave everybody like the best equipment that they could possibly get, or at least what I think they could possibly get. So yeah, this is pretty much it. One last save, and we're gonna cross this little threshold here.
Yep. Look.
We should be able to proceed from here. 'Tis connected to that odd light, I suspect.
Yep.
I can feel his maglet from here. When we cross, Luis will be waiting.
At last.
At last, the time has come to decide the true victor. This will be the final time we fight Luis.
I'll definitely.
We can't allow the royal magic to be used for destruction. It's up to us to stop him, so let's bring the curtain down and end this farce once and for all.
Should we keep going?
Oh wait,
Understood.
my party is wrong. Oh no, it's not wrong. That was just part of the cutscene. I was like, wait, why is it Stroll, Juna, and
keep going?
Hulkenberg? Alright, let's end this. Let's go, let's end this.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having that party either. It's a pretty balanced party. Here we go. Final showdown.
I confess, I did not believe you would actually survive the Gauntlet.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge?
Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing. An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed, it would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty, for my own satisfaction, no less. No, I would not repay injustice with injustice.
Then why? You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
It is true that I was born in the ancient center, but I never held any fondness for that place. The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit.
My
None other
dad,
than your father.
Ethelodius.
That's...
Though royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. and he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child, and for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave, and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The Sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Neighbors and kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash on the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice. A selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. I would never let it happen again. And so did I walk onward.
It was tragic.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
There are other solutions. Nobody would prosper there. What a lonely way of thinking.
There are other solutions.
I'm impressed that you didn't end up obsessed with revenge. But you act like it's wrong for people to trust each other.
Luis, you're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone. That's why you can only imagine a world apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected.
So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
What?
Behold, and I will reveal the secrets still beyond.
Oh, Luis could do it too. Oh my god.
Come, we decide our world's future here.
Look at this guy. Guy thinks he's some god.
Our land is consumed with anxiety as it has never been before. All of it, foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world. Here and now. Or take him down.
I won't hold back.
We're gonna hero cry. Bum, ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum.
Fantasy in your heart.
All right, let's hope that you don't resist this.
I shall put all on the line.
All right.
Okay, let's...
Berserker!
Julio left him wide open.
Oh,
Let's
awesome
hit that
souls,
Luis.
do your thing. Never mind.
Right in their weak spot. Beat
Dude.
him down.
Basilia does too much damage. This is crazy.
Attack! Transformation!
Behold. Let me help.
Yeah, let's get our crit rates up. Maybe we can get a lucky crit.
Thank you. I'll take the rear. I must concentrate. There's another summoner. It's for victory!
Let my power support you.
Shiva!
Shiva!
Yufa hit their weakness!
Stay insane in a fight.
Basilio. That's
will
what
crush
happens when they mess with you.
To the rear! Let justice
To the
prevail.
rear.
I stand waiting.
Behold, I walk
They're
a
weak to
royal
strike
path.
attacks.
Demon Lord? That's what his type is? That's insane. His type is Demon Lord. That actually goes crazy.
No, this won't work. Let's work together.
Let's go! Nice hit.
Holy
That was
crit.
perfect. I can do this.
Stay insane in a fight. Here I go.
I already charged it up. Shit.
Ah!
Yo! That's a lot of damage.
Good. By all means, challenge me.
That's a lot of damage.
Stake everything you have on this battle.
Oh, whoops.
There is no
I didn't mean to cut you off there, Luis. I had it on auto and I pressed X. Oh, we resist the. Let's go.
Come to me.
Luis is gathering an unbelievable amount of magla around him. We can't let him finish whatever he's doing. Try to interrupt his attack somehow. Focus your attacks. We've got to stop him before he takes us out in one shot.
Nice! Attack! Break the formation!
You fight well,
I'm all prepared.
but this is not over.
I leave it to you. Right. The magma buildup is
This from a
dissolving.
distance,
Nice
I pray
hit.
already.
That was perfect.
I shall put all on the line.
The Dragon God. Go, Yufa, go.
Help me finish this.
You fight well, but this is not over.
I'll stay.
Come here!
Come here.
Out of here.
Yeah.
I do
Holy.
not fear death. And yet,
And yet what? And yet what, buddy?
Satisfactory. I continue to grow.
I think we've won this one.
so the power I have now is not enough. The magla drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected. Just as I thought. I would be a fool to underestimate you, but I made a decision that day. Even if history remembers me as the Destructor King, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
It's never over.
What? What are you?
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do. If I'm to take your lives, I must stake my own, and all its power.
Damn, we can't get close. 'Tis a tremendous aura.
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Ah, wait!
Huh? What the?
It's his gauntlet runner.
Luis still has the royal scepter. If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
Bloody hell! We can't even go after him.
There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
Wait, there's still more? I thought that was the final dungeon. What the? Yo, Norris, you got the ship running, bro?
Ah, everyone! That bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner!
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now. Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here.
The Gauntlet Runner's nearing its limit. Even if we catch up to him, we may not have a way to get into the Charadrius. We don't have a choice. We need to put a stop to Luis, to the destruction he would cause.
Well, chums, batten down the hatches and brace for the storm.
All right.
Hop to it now! Get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies! Ugh, of all times.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Wait, how many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down. Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding together. She can't take off that quickly.
What do we do?
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
We can fight them together.
No. Even if we get the Skyrunner off the ground, it'll all be for naught if anything happens to you. No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
What else are we gonna do? Twiddle our thumbs inside while Norris does all the work?
Nearest, don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it! Hop in, Your Highness!
Oh boy.
Well, let's do this.
We hold the line! We must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
Yo. That summon enough should have just wiped them all out, no?
Got it! We're powered!
Not good. They're going for the Skyrunner.
Not on my watch.
Let's wreck him.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
Aye, it's true I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Let's go!
Aye!
Oh shit, the boys!
We fly!
What? A noble must protect his people! Take this! Finally, I've earned my title.
She flies. Straight and steady. Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
We gotta go back! Everyone, they're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them. If we live, we'll meet again.
What? What are you?
He's just gonna crash into the fucking ship. Holy shit. What the fuck?
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable. However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle. I have but one final question. Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
Hmm. I want to stop you. I want to be king. I think it's the same thing. Low-key.
They're the same thing.
But they are not. The king shouldered the people's pain all he could, and still his paradise never came. You need only look at the kingdom now to see that. But it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn, a new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward, trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed.
Oh boy.
So be it.
Holy shit.
Such intense magla!
The quintessential force of the archetype. Is this all?
Such strength! How? It's happening so quickly!
Behold, This is the Royal Scepter's potential. Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world.
The weekend down there.
You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Dude, this guy's just feeding me magla. Oh god.
Not again!
Oh shit.
What?
Oh shit.
Stop! No.
What the fuck?
Get me! Wake up! I said wake up! Hey, please.
My obstacles are clear.
The boy
What the fuck is going on?
is no more.
Wake up! Please. You have to wake up.
The book? More? Oh my god, what the fuck is going on, dude? What is going on?
Where? Are you awake now? I summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done?
I ripped out.
I ripped out my... I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell.
You saved me?
If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, we're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world. Do you remember the first time we met? I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway, but I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy. In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy. The journey was all an illusion.
Huh?
An illusion? There's nothing
What
but
the
despair
fuck?
in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, a fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page. Now, behold!
What is going on, dude? What?
Isn't this Indeed, it's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy, but it's not.
So the world I know was all an illusion. And the world of the novel is reality?
Surely you already know. There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story, just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality.
What's going on, dude? What's going on? That's what I want to know.
Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What about my friends?
What will happen to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
But I don't want to give up.
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
Come on, snap out of it!
What?
Her voice.
My, such disbelief on your face.
Why is
But
Moore
once
all
you
of a
start
sudden
to
so
consider,
crazy?
The ideas fall apart.
What happened to Moore?
Come now. Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it.
What is going on?
Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure.
Was really all an illusion, even magic?
You still don't believe me. Why is that?
I'm actually so curious. I have unfinished business.
I still have unfinished business.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia. In the place you loved reading about so much.
All right, Bolt. I will try to sum this up because you came in a bit late, like half an hour late. So we started the final battle. The final battle was easy clap. We just like clapped Luis's like his form, right? But then he's like, "Yeah, I'm done playing around." And he gets on his gauntlet runner and starts like channeling this energy to like change the world, right? With the royal scepter. And we're like, "Oh shit, that's really really bad. We have to try and chase after him." And so we get back to the gauntlet runner or the sky runner, right? And we realize that Nuris has needs to take some time to like start it up. And a whole bunch of humans came after us to try and like stop us from leaving. And so pretty much the party basically sacrificed themselves to stay behind while we chase after the Skyrunner. And Nuris basically just suicide crashed onto Luis's ship, right? So we basically main character one-on-one against Luis. We basically get bodied pretty much. He does that curse that turns us into a human. And what Digi, or what the main character did, was he basically ripped out his own heart and seemingly died until the book started to glow and we got called to academia by Moore. And Moore was like, if I wasn't there, you would have died. I saved your life. Also, by the way, I figured out what academia is. It's a place between reality and fiction. By the way, our world is fantasy, and this world that you've been reading about in the book is actually reality. And like, Moore is like, I'm getting really like psycho vibes from Moore right now. I have no idea what the fuck happened, but like, he's pretty much like, yo, you it's better off if you just like forget about the fantasy world and just stay in reality. Everyone will be fine if you stay in reality. It's pretty much yeah. So this is where we are. So Moore is like trying to convince me that it's just not worth going back and saving that fantasy. It's not worth it at all. Just like because in the end, people will just like place their anxieties and their fears onto one central figure, right? Like it's always gonna end up being that way. It's gonna be that cycle. And he's saying that like, you know, yeah, come child, let's leave behind that broken concept of utopia and reality here is much better. Yeah. That's pretty much, yeah, that's what he said word for word, right? Who's this, Filu? So that's like what I've gathered so far. Like this is what I've gathered so far, Bolt. I was trying to like catch you up as much as I could, while also trying to absorb this. Yeah, that's basically what he's telling. Yeah, exactly. It's like the basis. That's a much better like summarization of like what he's trying to do here right now. Okay. So I hope that like catches you up a little bit, Bolt, because I'm not gonna lie, this entire like ending sequence so far is like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? Like every single scene so far that I've been... No, it's all good. Holy. All right. Stay here in Utopia, the place you loved reading so much about. But this isn't Utopia. Because obviously we're all from reality, right? And we know this shit ain't Utopia. We know this shit ain't Utopia real life. Sorry. This is not Utopia, my friend. Hey man. I get what you're trying to say more, but this definitely is not Utopia.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
I've been thinking about it for some time. Does the novel truly depict the ideal world?
You mean you deny it? Will you deny that the world of the novel is utopia?
I understand now. It's hard to say it, but this place isn't an ideal world after all. And...
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier, right?
The melody I've come to know echoes around me, rousing my spirit once more. Magic has not been lost.
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die.
Oh
I
shit.
can't lose anything else. Truly,
Oh fuck. Yo, I have goosebumps. I don't know why, but I suddenly got goosebumps, bro.
I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child. Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
Holy shit. You hope for death?
You hoped for death?
My name is Hethlodius.
What? What?
I once reigned as king.
What? 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 Dad? Dad, that you? Dad? Oh my god, what? That's crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy. What a reveal, dude. Yeah, dude, Papa just wants to protect his kid, man. Yo, Dad. Yo, Dad, you gotta let me do this, man. I'm sorry.
Or I am half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you.
So he's the same thing that main character is. He's like half of the person, pretty much, right? But why did he split? Why did he split along with with the main character? I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you. Or like maybe the king did it himself at one point. Oh, he did say, yeah, he did say that the king, well, himself, like he thought that the king locked him away, right? But that's obviously not the case. He just was born from him, right?
And this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold.
Considering where the prince is like...
So is your key to visiting me.
Considering that the prince is like the... Yeah, like the prince's basic... Or the main character is the prince's fantasy, right? We are like his living... We are his living like... Fuck, dude. How do I describe it? All this fucking crazy ass shit, man. Like, we are the spirit of the prince that wanted to go out and like journey and shit, right? So I'm assuming it's like something similar with more. Yeah, the willingness to fulfill something else, right? So I'm assuming like it had to been something. It had something to do with like him wanting to like, cause he's okay. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm just gonna let this rock.
This was the form of my youth. When first I entered the ancient sanctum.
It was when he was more of an idealist, right?
A discarded shadow of idealism. I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across 9 endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing.
Okay, I'm sorry to like ruin the dialogue because I happened to read. I just read fucking Bolt's comment. Honey, the kid misses you. Holy shit, that's great.
I want to save you from that despair.
Yo, Dad, you gotta let me. You gotta let me be. Dad, you gotta let me be, bro.
I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child.
Dude, this is so rough,
if you
man.
Stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place? and risk your life to face a reality you can't change.
Yes, the battle's not over.
The battle's not over yet.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is.
Are we gonna fight? Oh, fuck. Oh, wait.
I suppose our promise to travel the world someday is destined to be only
Oh,
another
that's so sad.
unfulfilled dream.
I'm actually gonna
Archetypes
cry.
embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I gotta try. I gotta try at least, bro.
I have to try at least.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
Let's go.
All right. Heroes cry.
I will save you.
I will save you. Yo. Got a bit of a savior complex there, Dad.
It's okay. We can do this.
Oh yeah, I don't got any friends here. Sedge.
The magic seeds.
Damn, I did damage.
You would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness.
I will fight with pride.
I don't know if you'll put an end to this madness, bro. I just did 3k to you. I think you're about to die.
This is it. It's still up.
It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why did you resist it now? Why refuse me? Why?
Let's go.
Why don't you understand?
The magic seeds.
Hey, man.
Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand.
Let's stay calm. Come forth, royal soul.
God damn. God
So
damn.
this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you.
Yeah, man. We just gotta keep going toward. Just gotta keep walking.
What power to see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time.
To see that you're able to just cheese fights like that. That's crazy.
If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
What? What is it that drives me so? I'm not sure. What a response. You gave up, I won't. Yo, that's cold. That's pretty cold, I won't lie. That's a cold response. You gave up, but I won't.
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
What? You think I chose to give up? Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here?
Time for me to go back, Dad.
Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last, across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind. To unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes. Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
Oi! Wake up, Your Highness!
How? Their voices reach you?
My homies! I hear you!
It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
My friends are waiting for me.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is.
Oh, more.
I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost.
Yeah, half of me thought they were actually dead at this point. Dude, when they stayed behind and I saw that scene, and I was so genuinely confused because I was like, are they actually gonna be doing this? Like, I was like, no way, right? Like, at that point, I was still in disbelief. I was like, there's no way, right? Absolutely zero way. I started to get like a cold sweat, you know, one of those cold sweats where it's like, surely not, right? Oh, but I'm so glad.
But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author more, but as your father, the king.
Oh. He really loved the main character, huh? Back in academia. I wrote my ideals as a fantasy novel because I believe that there is power in fantasy. Though all my story ultimately did was trail in the glories of the past, perhaps yours will show us the true power of fantasy.
Now then.
So carry on as you would. Make your final preparations. My time as Moore may be coming to an end, but I can continue to serve you in that role. This could be my last time here. I should ensure I leave with no regrets.
Now that you say, welcome.
Hey. Do I got anything else to make? These are the dancer masks. Do I have any like summons? Yeah. For Shibuya Crossing, it was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. It's Shibuya. All right. I think
What now?
there was a notification, and I didn't read that because I paused the game. All right, but I think I have everyone set up for how I want for this end game to be. I guess I'll just save. This will be like my last time saying goodbye to Dad. Dad, no.
All right.
If you leave here, you'll never be able to return. Are you certain you've done all you need to? Wait, where's the cat? I want to pet the cat. Where's the cat? I saw the cat up here. Where's the cat? No, I can't pet the cat, dude. I can't pet the cat, bro. I remember someone saying Shibuya Crossing in fiction is like Times Square. I mean, they're kind of similar, no? Oh yeah, what is this book, by the way? The text has nearly disappeared? What the? I never actually ended up figuring out what that was. Alright, well. Here we go!
All right.
I'm ready to go. When you leave that door, a predicament awaits you. If that's even a strong enough word. Luis transformed into a demon, and at his side, death itself.
However,
But you have already overturned your fated demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have proved your ideals correct. That fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. It seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be the one writing the story. Your own true tale of fantasy.
the kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality. Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Here we go.
Everyone! He's awake!
Is he all right?
Hulkenberg's like, be gone, thought.
Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
Well, don't leave out Heis, mate. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
He's a bat.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked.
True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse. What?
Oh, it's God. All right, guys, you know what it's time for.
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis, the world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies? I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
What the?
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
Here we go.
Again, the
Let's
world
go.
must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this. For the sake
Light
of
is
our
power.
world.
Heroes cry, baby.
Our new world and its
Summoner.
ideals.
Not this time.
Looks like we can't brute force resist.
Mask
Give
of
me
Ire. Mask of Joy. Mask of Mirth. Holy shit.
Summoner.
Does he have repel on any of these things? Well, that would be very, very bad. Alright, good.
Who should I beat
Although,
up first?
that did, like, nothing to the Mask of Joy. It did a bit more to these two, though. So...
Berserker!
Get wrecked! Julio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
Attack! Great reformation!
It's okay.
They're weak to
We
strike
can do
attacks.
this.
Smash them up.
Here!
buff our crit rate.
Thank you.
I owe you one.
That's
That was helpful. I'll take the rear. I pray you're ready. This is for victory!
Let my power support you.
Yeah! Yuffie hit their weakness!
Who should I beat down first? Here I go! You're out of here!
Come here!
To the rear, Governor! Justice prevail!
In your fantasy.
Strike me if you dare!
All right. What you gonna do, Luis? The cold world. Chance to inflict anxiety.
Tactic.
Ooh. Huge miss.
Dodge!
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
What the heck is that?
Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets? I'm sensing deadly magma in the puppets. Attack him before he swallows more.
Won't hold back.
I guess we attack him.
Maybe not. I'm all prepared.
Together then.
Yes! The puppet's matchless mating!
Everyone is counting on me.
Okay. Easy like Sunday morning.
I shall put all on the line.
Alright, we got the debuffs.
Okay, let's do this. Oh, awesome souls, do your thing!
Am I charged up already? I am.
Get wrecked!
Oh my!
Here I go!
Oh my god. That is insane. That was fucking crazy.
Time for!
Holy shit, Basilio's actually just the GOAT, dude. I think I'll Night Proc.
Is that all?
I will fight with pride. We'll do this together.
Let's go.
Nice hit! That was perfect!
Oh, crit too.
Here I go. Not this tactic. I ask for your aid. Now isn't the time. I can do this. This may be excessive. Here I go. Now let us combine our powers.
I mean, I guess that's fine.
We'll combine our strength.
Yeah! Yuffie hit their weakness!
Stay insane enough. You better be ready.
I don't got the weakness,
You're
but
out of here!
Julio left him wide open! Let's hit that new weakness!
the area is calm. Debilitate.
The audacity!
Oh well. Alright, we take those. Easy.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
To the new age.
Hulkenberg! You've got several ailments slowing you
Blade
down!
in hand! Attack! Reformation!
Let's stay calm. Let's work together.
Together then.
Yes! The puppet's matchless mating!
I shall do my best. To the back! I pray you're ready. Perhaps this will be too strong. Take my fullest power. No, not this.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Yeah, definitely can't brute force for this one. I guess I can just debuff again. Increase the debuff, right? Yeah. For the duration of it.
Be down first?
I'm charged up, right? Oh, I'm not. Oh wait, this is about to do like a billion gajillion damage, you know?
Here I go.
Yo! Oh my god, that was insane.
Strike me if you dare.
I will fight with pride.
That was actually insane. Does this land on Yufa's turn? I'm gonna have Yufa probably like heal or something, I guess.
Vitus power.
I think my crit ends here, so I might just proc this. Low key.
Let me help.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll heal with Yufa later.
In vain. Give in to the truth. Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
Heat riser.
Sacrifice yourself.
A new sacrifice.
Hulkenberg, you've got several ailments slowing you down.
Summoner.
We'll just harvest god.
I knew you'd help.
Thank you.
That helped us out. Stay in safe. All right.
Oh, please don't miss.
Get wrecked.
The puppet's magla's fading.
Here I go.
Observe the enemy. Come! This
I'll
won't do.
I'll have leftover 2. It becomes my turn.
Nice!
I wonder if I could.
Attack! Great reformation!
The world of old and its people
Won't hold back!
shall perish.
You better be sure.
If I skip this turn and Yufa skips her turn.
We're looking good here.
This is the power said to belong to. I'd rather refrain for now.
There is no power in your
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down,
Get him away.
Oh wait, I forgot he gets another turn. Well, Kakunda. Remove his debuff. Oh, nice. We repelled that. We repelled that. We did the trial of the dragon. We easily repel that. You kidding me?
Nice!
And we're all buffed up too. Shit.
No.
Low key. Let's wait. Let's use this turn to remove your buff.
This should help.
I hate whenever they buff their agility. It always ticks me off.
Lend me your strength.
Take my power!
This from a distance, then. I can do this. I shall put all on the line.
I'm ready whenever. Stay insane in a fight? All yours.
To the rear, go! Nice! I stand waiting.
Wasted.
Sacrifice yourself to the new
He wasting his turns, bro. What happened there, Luis? What happened there?
Come forth, royal soul.
I don't even know if we need this crit buff. I think I just do damage, low key.
Is there? I'm all prepared.
Let's go!
Yes! The puppet's Magla's fading!
Take my fullest power. I channel my power.
You better be ready. Yo,
Julio left him wide open!
oh,
Let's
awesome
hit that new
souls, do
weakness.
your thing.
The world
With
of
blade in hand!
I night procced already, right?
shall perish.
I don't know if I night procced it. I want to keep my buffs though.
Our new world and its
Might
ideals
and power.
have no need for you.
Here.
Okay. We'll just do this.
Thanks.
That was helpful.
Sacrifice?
Sacrifice yourself.
This guy just got caught in a loop, bro. I got him trapped. I have him trapped. I have the AI trapped.
I'll take the rear. I can do this.
The puppet's Magla's fading! Right in their weak spot! Beat him down, Cecilio!
I'm stepping back. For all that we strive for! Not this one. I'll stay my blade.
It's okay. Lend me your strength.
I leave it to you! Nice hit! That was perfect!
Merciful souls of kings, give me strength.
All right.
I think we just win.
You're out of here.
Yeah. There's no way. There's no way I didn't win that. No way. No way I didn't win that. Basilio is actually just the best character. Oh my god, there's another phase. Holy shit. That is actually very disturbing looking.
Let it end like this.
Oh my god.
You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he saw a threat in our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing! Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it!
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this! Give us our final call to arms!
Come on, everyone. Let's go.
This is our last chance. We've come
All
this
right.
far.
Back.
We
Time for
have
some
to
Oh,
end
it's just
it
one
here and
target.
now.
Let's go.
Heroes cry.
Closing in on the enemy. I'll take the rear.
Closing in on the enemy.
All right. Oh, awesome souls.
Julio left him wide open.
God damn, that just did so much damage. I fucking love
Our
it.
new world and its ideals.
They're weak
have
to
no
strike
need
attacks.
for you.
Smash him up.
Let me help.
What's needed?
That helped us out.
I am grateful.
To the back.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The world
You better be ready.
and its people.
You're out.
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down, Basilio.
Oh, this song? Oh, this song goes hard.
Decipher come! I stand waiting.
Behold.
Wait, this song goes fucking hard. Holy shit.
Lend me your strength.
Chance of afflicting anxiety. Removed his debuffs. He wasted like 3 turns. The link has been severed. Okay. Interesting.
Overpowering. If I can get making it over a distance, here I go. Just hold on.
I'll hold off on debuffing him for now.
This may be excessive.
We can use this turn to heal.
This should help.
I knew you'd help. Trust me.
That helped us out.
Stay in.
Oh, awesome souls, do your thing.
Get right in their weak spot. Beat him down,
Observe the enemy.
Basilio.
Oh, power of heroes!
Vigor. Pass. Basilio goes twice though. No, I do think we can get back to Hulkenberg maybe. Actually, I don't think so. I think we'll do formation after this turn.
Strike me if you dare!
Behold, I by this power. No.
I'll just buff myself, bro. No reason not to.
I channel my
Hit the
power.
debuff.
Why can you not understand my ideals?
Alright, you waste a turn. Link has been severed. Damn, Hulkenberg, just the god tank. Ooh.
You better be ready. You're
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down,
Into the
Basilio.
front. I'm
Oh yeah,
stepping back.
we formation.
Attack!
Thank you.
Break their formation!
I will fight with pride.
I still have my crit up.
Is there another way? Let's work together.
I'm counting on you.
A tough one.
No crit.
The rear. I can do this.
Put a debuff on.
Enemy still stands.
Stay insane and
I think I could kill low-key if I just do this. I think I kill. I do. Yo! What is it now, bro? What you got now? What you got now, Luis?
But why? Why is it still beyond me?
It's not over yet, huh? Or is it?
Breaks.
Is it over? Holy shit, I was so prepared to go another phase, bro. I was so ready. I was actually so ready, bro. I'm like, bring it on! I got Basilio with charge! And the consecutive turn accessory, bro, the busted thing.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Let's go! Woo! Let's go! Let's go!
Does this mean he's won? not dreaming this.
He did it!
Not yet.
Oh no, there is phase 3.
My ideal.
You. All right, whatever you gotta throw at me,
Everyone's
bro.
fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You've wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop following their footsteps! Now it's your turn to take your place with them!
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
Oh, the gauntlet runner getting juiced. It's getting juiced.
Now, die!
We know. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
What the? Yo, this. Whoa. That looks so sick.
Damn you!
Yo, you dropped this, king. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, are you telling me we can't use that mode? Yo, New Game Plus, we gotta be able to unlock that, right? Correct? New Game Plus, right? There's no way we can't not use that shit. Are we serious? We did it! We did it! I thought we were gonna go into a final phase, but we did it. Holy shit. I did it for you, Dad.
The Lord
I did
that
it for
governs
you.
Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype.
The king.
I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. The
Always
harbinger
has
of
been.
change for a deadlocked reality.
It's been a good ride, Dad. You helped me throughout the entire journey.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice.
That's my mom,
Is
right?
that
Or that's the MC's mom.
But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
Damn.
Power of
Parent-
the archetypes.
Parents of the year,
Is that
dude.
your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much. Now, That boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand.
Hey,
So what
we
greater
did the
embodiment
trial.
of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within. Provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown, reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins.
And there it closes. See you later, Dad.
Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed, they who have overcome this fierce contest, the throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
Let's go!
Look! It's him! Yeah!
Yay! Look! Look, that's him, isn't it?
Maria!
He certainly did, love. He really did. Oh, I still can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it! The new king is Count Luis.
You can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people! Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the crowned theocracy's warrior monks.
Damn!
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
I won, guys. I won fair and square. Look at that. My beautiful face in stone.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Coronation time.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
Hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
Of course, my heart's pounding. Of course.
Of course, I'm fine.
If you say so. Just do relax your shoulders once you're out there, eh?
We've all made due arrangements. You can trust in us. Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Your Majesty, I hope I can live to that title.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
Their concerns justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom to my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
We can change the world. I'll face any challenge. Not sure how I'll rule.
I'll confront any challenge for my people. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost, with all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
Things won't change overnight. I'll try to earn their trust. I'll let my work prove my words.
I'll have to let my work prove my words. With results, I hope everyone can feel that our future will be brighter.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it is time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck.
Oh, I'll do my best.
I'll do my best.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
Oh, look at that crowd.
All right, a warm welcome, please. His Majesty, the new king! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Yo!
My king, your subjects will
Hey,
hear how
yo.
you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, You can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it.
Oh, that's good.
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
Time to wear the crown.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
What a crown.
Long have I awaited the arrival of this day.
I know, man. I've been keeping you waiting.
This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet.
Huh.
1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
A year? Yo. Time skip?
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, the headmistress is none
Damn,
other than
Juno, the
Juno.
headmistress of the Mage Academy?
The songstress?
Well,
makes sense.
She is one
She's
of
an
the
OP
king's
mage.
artisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
Hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only natural that there would still be unrest among the people.
Even the royal knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Jaime Noctul, no less.
You believe that? The royal knights, led by a Chief of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
People are smiling more now, but smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Ah, can't be. without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Listen to the people's problems, bro. Doing some groundwork.
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
Look at not Heisme, Hulkenberg's outfit. Look at Heisme's outfit. Yo.
And somehow you're now the preeminent.
Look at these guys dripped out.
Such is fate.
Despite everything,
You,
this year has
Bob, I
passed in
love.
surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load.
Oh my god, more paperwork.
And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey, isn't the king supposed to be
Oh, I
here?
snuck out? You snuck out? Oh man.
Times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, all this decoration doesn't suit me. How'd Luis and Forden put up
Oh,
with
he
this
ended up being
finery?
a soldier
Your
after
Majesty?
all.
Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Juna's mage outfit. Oh my god.
Oh, good grief.
Holy shit.
Not that they should.
It's
Life
amazing.
has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Sanctifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
As authority weakens, power falls to the hands of those who never wielded it. You must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflicts.
Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
I believe you'll come to understand them.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good, honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I'm glad to see more optimism in the world. Still, it will take more than that to effect true change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways.
Most definitely.
Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, best keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later...
Oh, Hulkenberg is about to be knocking down the door.
Oh, there you are.
Oh
I
boy.
knew we'd find you here for crying out loud.
Phew. So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juna would be back from her expedition today.
I have a few stops left in the city, though.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find you. 'Tis settled. I shall come with you on every excursion.
Oh boy.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scoundrel, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
All right.
Maria, where are you? This reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. She might be praying in the Grand Cathedral.
Hey?
Yo, we got epilogue? Epilogue?
Come now. Of course. And so... well... this I vow.
What do you want to do?
Oh, we get to, like, do one last, like... We get to talk with everybody. Before we, see Maria. Alonso!
Pleasure to see you.
Why, hello, Your Majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite adept at sneaking away from your palatial duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists and critics alike, your opening act has been rather tumultuous now. I hadn't noticed. Oh, has it? I hadn't noticed. Ah, how kingly an answer! Never missing an opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All in a day's work for the Royal Adjutant to the Citizens' Council. Quite an ally I've made, I should hope. Hey, Alonso helping the homie out. I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. That I'm doing my damnest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. I'm sure she would.
Yes.
I hope so. I was such a problem child. I'd like to make this a country where honest folk like my mother can be happy.
Now that you mention it...
That reminds me. You remember Dataram, my hometown's landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He's since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. Makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why the country's doing so well. There's nothing more to it.
Thank you.
I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has one, it's you, and I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we, Nadia, can walk about freely in our true forms. You're curious what I look like in my true form. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we?
Let's go see.
Oh, it's Basilio and Izme.
Yo.
Hi, now inspecting again. Seems a right pain to me, but I appreciate you going to all the effort. Making your rounds, Basilio?
Hey.
Yeah, Captain of the Trajan Brigade reporting in. And I'm pleased to report that there's nothing to report, Your Majesty, so I'm taking a break. Bit of a mouthful, innit? Still not used to calling myself a captain, besides. We've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know, but don't you worry. Got two eyes on them, even when I'm not looking. The way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I just gotta show them how power's supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Fewer and fewer are turning to a life of crime to make ends meet. Del could see Van tried today. His eyes would bug out. And not just Del, a lot of the guys who didn't make it. I wish they could have seen. I only wish they could have seen it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. As long as we keep them in our memory, it's as close to saving them as we can get. Vinca included. We built this piece with a lot of blood and tears. So I say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them what didn't to protect it. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot, though, so thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. You spot any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it. I'll solve it quick like. Alright. Hi's mate.
Oh.
Well. I see our king is out on some personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I'm on break myself. Only try not to frustrate your royal guards overmuch, They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Ah, who am I kidding? The knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? Are you chief outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander? There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they become, albeit gradually.
Right.
The world has only begun to change.
True.
Indeed. Grand titles and posts across the nation are held by all manner of tribes now, each contributing with their respective strengths. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make.
However,
Yet, he stands for those very people. He's symbol and representative. That the king and those around him are of mixed tribes, it has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages. You speak of your hometown?
yes.
Yes, indeed. They had shut themselves away, and now they actively engage with other villages. Your coronation inspired the village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first step. Now, new winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history
We
books.
shall.
We've a ways to go before that day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path toward it, Your Majesty.
All right,
Alright.
then.
Who's out
Let's
and
head there
about?
right away.
Who else is out and about, huh?
Yeah?
Norris! Oh-ho! What brings His Royal Majesty here? Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you?
Aha!
I know how it is. I've the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau. Oh, what a title. And can research as I please now, but something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner, and the way I do.
About that.
I feel like I know what you mean when you say something's missing.
Oh.
I knew you would agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner.
Perhaps.
Not that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to skulk about, modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your palatial plates. It will change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning on the development.
Indeed.
And it's times like this I need a stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? You gonna send me on another relic hunt? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they become the guiding principles of my research, you know?
That's...
Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps a burden on future generations is no engineer at all.
However...
Still, it's no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it. I'm a ballet genius. Ah, I knew it. What I need is stimulation, Your Majesty. You know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl, sparkling clean and always ready for takeoff. Ah, good old nurse.
All right now.
Juna, look at you in your outfit. Is that the cat?
My king.
Oh, there you are, Deji. Heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I've so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary for me soon. Inspection?
Hold on.
Really? Do you need to go back to bed? You were the one who sent me to the Mage Academy, were you not?
Well?
The Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, and shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped him up in the Academy, of all places.
It is the cat.
During the reconstruction, they stumbled up on the little guy in some kind of observatory, supposedly used by the king long ago. Considering the igniter around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there was no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, could he?
So...
Regardless of our mysterious kitty, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. May even be hiding secrets as big as the Dragon Temple or the Sanctum. Oh, and don't keep in the cat. Feels like fate, you know?
Speaking of which...
And speaking of fate, On my way back, I met up with Meredith. She's well, I trust?
Now we're talking.
She's been keeping well, I hope.
Yeah.
More than well. The throat has been fine, and she's a fairly prominent singer about town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights. Her in music and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey!
And surely you remember, music was the first magic born in this world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others. And when they make hearts swell, why, there's no end to the magic. So just you watch. With music and magic at my side, I'm going to change the world. All will have an equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted. And if it makes the world a better place, why isn't that just grand?
Magic.
Rella taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts. Kitty!
Wait a sec.
Isn't that the cat from Academia? If that place was made of magic, how is it here in real life? To say nothing of how it could have survived in a deserted ruin buried in the snow. That shouldn't be possible, right? I just think he's cute.
That's a good kitty.
And yet he's never stopped looking cute. Doesn't bother you at all. You sure is something else. Memory serves, the last king did build himself a study in the Mage Academy. Do you think Academia was styled after that, maybe? I wonder what His Majesty, what more felt when he put this little guy in Academia. The cat tends to himself quietly, utterly impartial to us.
Ripping, this is.
Dear me. The prince has become magnificent.
Brigitte. The king himself, while browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. That's a little embarrassing. Why stop there? You can give me a signed handprint to display on the walls. No, just my little joke. We're doing quite well, even without royal endorsement. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children.
Say,
I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the Igniter Consortium. I can't help but think that if I had been in this position sooner than the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented.
Brigitte.
What matters is how we move forward, though, right?
yes.
Indeed. I can dwell on the past all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand... I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me, and that I, too, am a spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons could ever disappear from this world.
Yet.
All the more reason I hope that the reason for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can, with all that I am, just as you do.
Speaking of...
Yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was. Oh, the dog lived! Sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I commit in her name. You should come play with us sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Oh, that's so cute. Happy end for Brigitte. You for my love! Yufa.
Greetings.
Working as hard as ever, Digi? Were you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I've just come from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate.
Well,
our court is taking on common grievances?
Yes, of course.
In the past, we were busy with cases of violence and theft, but those have decreased remarkably.
In truth.
As you are undoubtedly aware, in the past many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial.
Alas.
I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as a village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think.
The reason is...
As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime. And so I practice what I preach.
Now that you mention it.
The other day, I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. Was Ovi doing well?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother. All of them were really ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God.
I do believe.
I want to fight for them to have options under laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need.
Because...
You aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty? I hope you'll allow me to keep walking alongside you in this.
Wonderful.
All right.
I just realized the post had magla filters. Hey, what? Oh! They're like sucking it in, huh? Oh, not magla filters. I think it's just powering the lampposts. Right? Right?
My oh my.
I mean, you could be right, though. I have no idea.
Lovely, that.
I don't know. Have they always been there, or is that new? I have zero clue. It's been a while since I've been in Grand Trad. What an unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today? Don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself just left a meeting going over how the provincial governments were doing. We convened for the new year. How are things in Martira? It's as lively as it used to be, and we owe it all to you. Your Majesty, that dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. I'm pleased to report as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be a part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistakes. And it really brings me back. I know. I was trying to do too much on my own back then. I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I was once, would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, what with all the proceedings and disputes. Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Choosing a king of our own will was all the inspiration we needed for change.
Lovely, that. Lovely.
Amazing.
Stroll. Catherine.
Oh, well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back into town myself.
Long time no see, Katharina.
Oh, right.
Ain't it been? I've been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seekers Recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. Crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic. Everything's so fantastic, I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different, my head spins. Makes all the trouble bickering seem right dull, if I can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you.
Hold on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, come on, just roasting ya. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you with making the lives of us Parapas better than they was. All my cohort have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea so long.
See you soon, I hope.
But don't you worry, Kingly Ed. I'll have it all whipped up in a report for you. Do something proper kingish with it, yeah?
Say there.
Hey.
Ah, skulking about the city again, are we? Which is to say, Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though who is which I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended to the throne, but it's like you hardly changed. I'd say the same of you. That's Lord or General Stroll, Your Majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Shuna's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Not that I can talk. I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself.
Even so.
You know, I see now that even those at the top of their struggles a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times, with our lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives.
Hey.
Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd have never realized the truth about my fortune, My father's intentions, and I certainly wouldn't have saved the Hallians.
Thank you.
I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you.
That's...
You need to give yourself some credit, Stroll.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you.
Hey.
You've a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. But show me the way, and I'll blaze the trail. Now and always, it's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard.
That's why.
Our titles may have changed, but I like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always.
Say there.
All right then.
Was that everybody?
Yeah. All right then.
Let's go see.
All right. That's it, I believe. Yo, who's moaning like that, bro?
So?
Let's go see Maria.
Reminds me.
Being here sure brings back memories. You remember how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament for the throne? And she was crying back then, though.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember. This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that one you've been working on yourself? I'm making my own book?
Oh.
I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. Maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're going to be the one putting it to ink, that means you're going to make it a reality someday. Now then, Your Majesty, shall we get going? Maria!
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
You think this country's gotten any better since then?
Well, seems like everyone's having more fun than before. I'm sure Papa's happy too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
The place where I ought to be. The side of myself I ought to show. The path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. Let's do this together.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
They all here. They knew.
Everyone!
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Oh, look at us. Look at us all just hanging out.
Lady Tuna, did you really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I
guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right, the capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls. Time for a new road trip?
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
In it!
Might have been a bit too
In it!
obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Steady on, Hulkenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day. But we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Life is full of surprises.
Right.
I resolved to believe in my ideals no matter what may come back then. Even if the world is slow to change, a king's beliefs can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
The transition.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
Another year? Oh my god. Oh wait, no. It said some days later. What? Hey, we traveling? We traveling around the world?
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
Wait, what? I'm just gonna leave? There's more I have to see.
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized, so I press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the ballet court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Oh boy.
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you've no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe as I do. Their support is the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year, 'tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Thank you. All of you. Let's be off.
Onward to a new journey. A new adventure.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer, but he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope. And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
You're welcome.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
Oh, they snuck aboard? Oh, man.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change of scenery, like.
Maria! Oh.
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
There you go. And that's the end of the game. Standing ovation, bro. This game deserves the nominations that I got for the game the game awards, bro. It really did. Holy. It deserved it all. Alright, I guess I'll do my thoughts and everything after this credit rolls. I don't know. I don't know what else to say though, but I'll probably yap. I'll yap about this game once the credits roll. God damn, dude. Atlus cooked, and they actually did it. They did the impossible task of creating a new IP in 2024. This must have took them a lot of balls to make, bro. Considering the state of the gaming industry nowadays is just so rough on new IPs. Like the fact that they successfully established one is kind of crazy to me. In fact, it's to the extent where I actually I will say this. I think Metaphor is actually just way above like Persona and SMT for me. For me personally. Right? Cuz I think Metaphor is just a perfect blend of the two, man. It's kind of crazy. And at the same time, it like made its own identity too. Like I just cannot believe how good this game actually ended up being, bro. And the best part about it too is that it was simple. It wasn't like super like complicated in any way. God damn. Man, that was so nice. That was such a feel-good ending. Like, dude, how many of my playthroughs have ended with me crying recently? I think a lot of the end of my recent playthroughs is just me bawling my eyes out. But I think it's a nice change of pace where I actually have a game where like like my heart feels full and like I feel super happy. Everything's like tied up so neatly, you know? My God. My God, this game. I'm actually so sad that I'm so sad that I finished the game, man. This was just one of those games where I wish I could continue to keep playing forever. Which, I mean, to be honest, I might just play this game forever, low-key. I am a part-time speedrunner. So if I want to, I could. That and do like challenge runs of the game too. This game is just so good. To the point where I just want to keep playing it over and over. God damn. Dude, isn't it crazy when I'll leave my thoughts to the end. I'm gonna let the credits roll. Just so I can like think. I need like my mind space to think. Dude, Atlus, man. Atlus has to be my favorite fucking studio ever. All time favorite studio, bro. It's crazy. They just know. They know how to make games, bro. Holy. And the game industry has been missing that for a while, bro. Doo-doo. Yo, look at the cast. Every single person in this cast, I love you. Holy shit. They were all so good. Da, 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 da. Studio Zero, man. Absolute goats. Oh man, there it goes. The great
Dear
seeker.
guest, from a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
Look at us go.
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
A new journey now beckons. In days of eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideals. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer to a new game. You can transfer currently owned items, with some exceptions. Money, your Magla, Royal Virtues, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype statuses, and total playtime. Yep. We're going to go to the very top and save right there. There it is. Okay. Where do I even begin with this game? Where do I even begin? Oh man. So first thing, because this is the first thing that comes to mind. Isn't it crazy the timing of this game releases, especially at a time, at least from me, because I come from America, where, you know, we had at around the time that this game came out, we had our election. Like, there was a whole bunch of divide and a lot of really rough things happening, and will probably continue to be happening for the foreseeable future, just based on how tense everything is, right? It's crazy how this game is so telling of, like, and it came out at a really great time, especially as someone who is experienced going through this election and just seeing a really, really, like, vile political environment in this country, to say the least. It's rough. It's so rough, because if you declare yourself one way or the other, it's like, holy shit, I don't fuck with you. I really don't want to interact with you. But, like, dude, this game really puts into perspective just, like, how necessary it is to just learn about your neighbor, man. to really put yourself in the shoes of other people because you just don't understand what it is that they're going through, right? And even if you're like on opposite sides of the fence, right? It's so crucial. It's so crucial that there be a dialogue to get to a point where even though you disagree on something, you could potentially come to a solution through something somewhat of a compromise, you know? Right? Because yeah, you have your dreams and your fantasies and all that stuff, right? But there's also the fact that hey, once in a while you're going to have to deal with reality. Right? It's good to be able to dream and be able to fantasize about an ideal world. But obviously, you would have to take the steps and the work and the effort to make that a reality, right? I think that was the whole point of this game, where constantly they drive it into you, right? They constantly drive it into you like, hey, you know, do you believe fantasy? Do you believe that this fantasy can be your reality? Right? Do you believe this ideal world could ever potentially happen? Who knows, right? And the answer is like there is no true answer. Who knows if that actually ends up being a thing? But I think the important part and the important thing to take away from this is that with your dreams, with your fantasies, you also have to take the necessary steps to realistically work toward it, to make it come true, you know? And that's seen throughout this entire journey with the main characters, right? Right. This world is like something that obviously would never happen in real life, right? It's very whimsical. A lot of crazy stuff goes on in this world, right? But at the same exact time, isn't it crazy that we could potentially take a lot of these concepts in this fantasy world and like possibly even apply it in real life to make a better change? It's very thought-provoking. And I really enjoyed this topic because it's a very relevant topic, especially for me as an American, you know, because like, man, let me tell you, dude, a lot of people hate each other's guts. It's kind of insane. And like there used to be an ability to like to communicate with one another. It's not so much anymore, but I think that's because everyone's anxious. And the fact that this game tackles that anxiousness is fucking beautiful. It's amazing. Because that's in the end, right? That's all it is. Right? That's all it is. Everyone's anxious, everyone's fearful, everyone's nervous, right? And they all try to pin it on just one person. When in reality, right, we should be taking those steps to overcome that fear, overcome that anxiety, as well as be trustful and to delegate stuff to other people. So that way we're not just taking on that burden alone, right? I think that's a very relevant message. This game is absurdly relevant now. It's kind of crazy. And I love it for it, dude. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like you gotta remember, right? It's like everyone has their own issues. Everyone has their own life to live. You're not going to be able to manage every single thing, but as long as you're able to
I guess the word is empathize, right? If you're as long as we're able to be empathic to each other's plight, right? We might be able to help each other and push through our anxieties and our nervousness and all that. You know. This game is amazing. I really like the story. There are certain parts of the game where I did feel, story-wise anyway, where certain things were rushed. I definitely did feel that. But regardless of pacing, I still think that the overall arcing message of the story was clear and important enough that it overshadowed some of the pacing issues. You know? And I understand too that like you can only fit so much into this game. This game is a 80-hour to 100-hour on first playthrough type of game. And if you were going to add any more into that, obviously that's that would be crazy. That would be crazy. So I understand why certain parts might not have been cleaner than certain ones. You know? And I still think the story is pretty solid for me. You know, it's like a solid 8.5 out of 10 in terms of story, I would say, for me. In terms of the music, the game's music is godlike. I have no complaints about it. 10 out of 10 for me. Music is fucking godlike. Like, you know, the best compliment you can have for a game, you know, they say is when you don't notice it. But man, when you have a game where like you're just so immersed and every song is a banger at the same time, that's a deadly combination, dude. They, as always, dude, Studio Zero, god tier music, man. Absolute god tier music. 10 out of 10 for me. So was it story, music? What else? Gameplay? This might be the best games like gameplay system Atlus has developed out of all their games, in all honesty. Yeah, some of the dungeons are very samey, and you can start to see like a lot of the copy pasting between dungeons. But to be honest with you, that all gets thrown out the door when you actually start getting into like boss fights or important fights, and you start actually fighting the main enemies and not just the mob enemies. This game is super fun when it comes to fighting. It is super fun. The fact that it uses the press turn system, the fact that it uses and utilizes a front row back row system, and the fact that you can fully customize your party and not have it be like so main character loaded like Persona is. Because the issue with Persona is that you kind of have to stack your main character, because every other party member that you have in Persona is pretty much spec'd into a specific role. In this game, you could have anyone technically be any role that they want to be. Yeah, they have stats that are more spec toward certain things. Obviously, their main class, right? Like, for example, Berserker for Basilio, or Mage, or the Dancer or Mage for Juna. Like, obviously, they're more built toward that, yeah. But the game does not stop you from speccing into other stuff and creating your own wacky combinations. It's crazy. But I just got so immersed and I just got so sucked into the game that instead of me experimenting with a whole bunch of wacky combinations, I just ended up using like the canon classes, and I had a blast. It was an absolute blast, you know? So in terms of, like, this is my favorite combat system. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, for sure. Reason why is because I wanted there to be more fights, like the boss fights in the game,
because the trash mobs, when you get to a certain point, you're just killing them in the overworld anyway. And so you're not really spending time in that really in-depth combat system. You're kind of spending a lot of time outside of it. If there were more enemies, like the hard enemies and more boss enemies that acted the way that they did, I think it would have been a 10 out of 10 combat system for me. But the only reason why it's a 9 for me is because of that very reason. But I still think it was super, super fun. The flow of combat in this game is like super fast paced. You don't have to watch every single animation. You can like skip it and just breeze through fights, which is amazing. I hope Atlus continues that tradition in future games where you're able to just not have to sit through the animation over and over again, where you could just like skip it and get to the actual hit of it, you know? Because there's only so many times where you can like look at the same animation over and over again in a 80 to 100 hour period of time, right? It obviously is going to be mentally draining watching the same thing over and over again, you know? But yeah, like other than those gripes, like I just think it was super fun. The loop is addicting. And it was just really fun to see what you could create with your inherited skills as well. The bond system was so simple. I wish Persona did it like that, where you didn't have to waste so much time worrying about your social life and Persona, where you could just focus on like the actual stories that are being told in the social link, right? There are certain cases in Persona where like if you're in a social link, sometimes the only reason why you're doing it is like mainly because you want to upgrade that specific arcana, and sometimes that kind of detracts from the actual like telling of a story of a character, right? I think I enjoyed every single bond in this game. I won't lie to you. And my top 3 bonds in this game is probably Alonzo, Heismay, and I think it's Yufa's for me. Because you know I'm a sucker for romance, and the fact that Yufa's social link ends with her basically saying that she wants to be by the main character's side was like the cutest, most saccharine thing ever, that I just forever ship those 2 characters for life. It's crazy. So yeah, the bond system, I hope Persona 6, whatever future title, a future metaphor title, I hope it stays this way. The fact that it was so simple like this, dude, I did not have to stress at all during my playthrough or look up guides or anything, dude. I just whatever I wanted to do, I did, and I enjoyed it, which is great. Right? I shouldn't have to be stressing about, you know, really being specific about the time allocated doing the social aspects of the game, right? So yeah, so I talked about like the main stuff in the game. I think that might be it. I think that actually might be it. Yeah, so like overall, dude, this is my personal game of the year. I know Final Fantasy Rebirth is most likely to win game of the year, but this is my personal game of the year, and I hope it wins. Oh yeah, we had an amazing time, Bolt. I think this was the most fun I had in a playthrough in a while, to be honest with you. This was really, really fun. I think the last time I really... Well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was the last time I had a lot of fun, but like Rebirth came out a bit ago, right? It's been a while since I played Rebirth, man. Has it almost been a year since the Rebirth playthrough? I think it was. It might have been. But yeah. All right. Next goal. I plan on 100%ing this game. So we're gonna go for the 100%. We're gonna do a new game plus playthrough. And try to get all of the achievements. That's the plan. Then after we 100% the game, I am thinking of whether or not I want to learn the speedrun to this game, or if I should move on and do my next playthrough, which is Mario and Luigi Brothership. That would be the next game that I end up doing. So yeah, but as of right now, the first thing on my list is to 100% the game. So what's this called? I'm going to go and look up some guides to get my 100% achievement run going. So that way, if I do it on stream, then I'll be like prepared and not wasting a lot of time on stream and whatnot. But yeah, that's like my let's play side of things. As for like Twitch only streams, and like multiplayer games, I might stream some Call of Duty, maybe some X Defiant. I am thinking of streaming Marvel Rivals when it comes out December 6th. It's gonna be coming soon, and I've been enjoying all the beta tests for Marvel Rivals. So I'm definitely gonna end up looking into playing that on stream as well and seeing where that goes. But yeah. Other than that, those are my intentions. Those are my thoughts about the game. I want to continue this journey, man. I really do wonder, so this is gonna be like their third IP that they're gonna be working on alongside Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, like their main flagship title. So I do wonder if they do a sequel to Metaphor, or if they do a let me rephrase that. If they do a sequel to this story of Metaphor, of the Princess story, or if they have another fantasy story that we follow that kind of follows the same rules. I'm very curious as to where they take this franchise. But I will say I'm very invested in this world and all the various races and how power works in this place. It's amazing. It sucked me in. I was just super immersed, man. So I'm excited for the future of Metaphor. I'm excited for the future of Persona. I'm not really an SMT fan. I did play SMT 5 though, and I enjoyed SMT 5. So if there is a new Shin Megami Tensei game that comes out, I am going to most likely check it out because I just love Atlus's games in general, man. It's crazy good. They do some crazy good work. All right. All right. Well, I think I'll end stream here. I think I will start my 100% achievement playthrough. I'll probably start it off stream, and I'll probably stream whenever I'm available, just to give updates on how that's going and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been a fun journey, Your Highness King Digital. Yes, my loyal subjects. Now go forth. I will be releasing you from thy stream. Yeah. So, I'll probably see you tomorrow. If you do come around tomorrow, I'll probably end up trying to clean up 100%ing this game and speeding through it, as well as exploring some other stuff in the game because I don't think I want to be done with Metaphor anytime soon. It's just this game has consumed my life for 200 hours, and I can't get rid of it, man. It's too addicting. But yeah. All right. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for who stopped by, especially you, Bolter, as always. Have a good night. Bye-bye.